Hi everybody. I wanted to touch base with you on a couple of late developments with regard to the USDA. There are a couple of issues that have come up here lately that are of some concern, and they're kind of changing the way we're having to do business on the USDA loans, and where it's such a huge part of my business, and I know it's a big part of your business as well. We need to talk about it. Number one, the girls at the USDA office in Riverton are underwriting all of the Wyoming files, and they're really getting backlogged, and where they used to turn files around for us in one day most of the time and get their commitment out to us that next day, they're now like 5 days. So it's basically an extra week to the process, and you know, we're still trying to get the loans closed in 30 days, but it's making it very, very difficult now for us to get it done and always make that 30-day closing. So I just as a word to the wise, write your contracts for 45 days right now until they get caught back up, and that way you won't wind up being out of contract. You don't have to go back to the seller and ask them to sign an extension, and you know, it'll just make the process easier. But I don't want you for 1 minute to think that we're going to go, oh good, we got 45 days on this file, we don't have to sweat bullets, because that's not how we operate. I don't make money by turning loans around in 45 days. I make money by turning loans around in 30 days. So that's my whole goal. It's my team's whole goal. So don't want you to think that for one single solitary second. The other issue is that in Wyoming we are now not able to use rural development financing for homes that have outbuildings. This has been a USDA guideline for quite some time now, but in Wyoming we've been able to skirt around it because, you know, it's so common to have outbuildings in the Wyoming market that the girls at USDA have been able to just say, well, as long as there's no income producing element to the property, we're okay. But as of within the last 2 weeks, they have totally shut that down. And so I saw a beautiful home get denied last week because it had a small barn in the backyard that had a water trough in it and a manger or something like that, and a little corral back there for critters. And you know, it got turned down at the last minute. Fortunately, it wasn't one of my loans. It was one from a local bank in Bridger Valley, and it just, you know, made a really bad situation out of that loan for those kids. But if you have any built homes, subject properties that have outbuildings, before you push somebody towards a rural development loan, call me and let's talk about that. Let's talk about that subject property to make sure we're okay. You know, a detached garage is okay, and maybe a detached garage / shop might be okay. I don't know. We need to look at it on a case-by-case basis. So let's make sure we don't write something that would cause us a problem down the road. We need to know these things up front so that we don't steer somebody into a rural development loan, get moving along, and all of a sudden 2.5 weeks down the road we get the appraisal back and it's got outbuildings, and we're going, oh no, now we got to change up the whole file and get them switched over to FHA. We'd rather switch them to FHA right at the outset, help them find 3.5% for down payment money, and see if we can't make that deal happen as an FHA loan. Anyway, I appreciate all of you very, very much. You're so important to my business, to my livelihood, and working with you means a lot to me. And Cheryl and the rest of my team are appreciative, and we're all here and willing to work so hard to make your deals happen. I hope you'll keep sending them to us. Talk to you later.